Hi, this is Dana, and welcome to my channel. On my channel, I speak about spiritual warfare. In this video, particularly, I will speak about stealing identity. This is the common practice of those working with darkness to create copycats. Basically, they want to be you. That's the bottom line. They want to be you, so they use a lot of occult practices in order to steal your identity. And there are numerous practices which they use. Um, Black magic, sacrifice ritual to a certain dark force which is willing to transfer your identity to them. Spells, incantations, hypnosis, mirror and candle magic, and many others, sympathetic magic, many other practices. Now, God has guided me to speak about stealing identity, I imagine, with a purpose. God shows me that there are specific karmics who have done these works on others, uh, trying to steal their identity through astrology, natal chart, through black magic, and so on. And now they are dealing with the consequences. Now, I wrote in my prophetic writings in details what it means when you steal somebody's identity. And I will try to sum it up here in this video. When you take somebody's identity, when you try to steal somebody's identity, when you make a copycat, what you succeed to create is an illusion. You can never be another person. But you can indeed use dark magic and occult practices to create the illusion in somebody else's perceptions that you are the same as another person. Okay? But there is no way that you can be another person. You will not succeed. That is a fact. However, God allows for a certain period of time in order for you to receive your karma for the acts that you have done with your free will. And what happens basically is that you take their bondages as well when you take their identity. So when you decide that you want to be me, you must know that all the dark magic that you sent to me will come to you because you want to be me. Okay? So you will deal with the same demon which you conjured or summoned and you empowered to attack me so you can steal my identity. That demon will come after you once you have my energy. So you have to understand that. Um, the divine beings, each individual, come into 3D with divine gifts and with power, with ranking according to their own divine rights upon birth. More than that, they also gain more divine rights according to their actions during their lifetime. All of these help them fight the bondages which you create on us and other people, not only you, other people, because you might be one individual who creates, who steals identity of that individual, but there are many others who are trying to do more harm to that individual. Now, all of those bondages created on that individual, all that darkness sent to that individual, now will come to you because you claim to be that individual and you stole that individual's energy. And all the darkness is created on that individual's energy. Okay? Now, while that individual has all these gifts and power given by God to fight the bondages done on her or him, on the other hand, you who stole his identity or her identity, you don't have that. You don't have those gifts. You don't have that power. You don't have that ranking. So you cannot fight those bondages, which some of them you yourself created on that individual. Other bondages were created by others. No matter what, you claimed to be that individual, you will receive all the bondages created on that individual. But you will not have the divine gifts and power given to that individual to fight against those dark forces sent to him or her. Do you understand it? Now, if you wished and created darkness upon uh, an individual to become homeless, to lose their house, to lose their job, to lose their money, for everybody to hate them, for everybody to gossip about them, to be raped, to be killed, to be tortured, to be any kind of bondages that you created on that individual, the beauty, dark magic, to destroy the physical image of that individual because you're jealous of her appearance or something. All of that, all of it, many of others who don't come to my mind right now, all of them come to you because you claim that individual's identity. Do you see? Nobody is fighting you. You are fighting the demons you summoned and sent upon that individual. If you can. If not, you're just facing them and they will destroy you. Just the same like you intended for those demons to destroy that individual. Okay? So, when bondages come to you, know that they come because you stole that individual's destiny, identity, essence, and so on. So many other things that you do. God has shown me many times. Initially, when He showed me, we see that individual is that woman is stealing your identity. The other one also is stealing your identity. So many women wanted to steal my identity, and I was puzzled. I said, "Why you let them? Why you allow them to do this?" And God said, "Well, because they will be forced to face the exact same darkness that they sent to you." And this will be their punishment. Because while you work with me and you will win fighting the darkness sent to you, they don't work with me. They work with the darkness. And they won't be able to fight against those forces which they themselves summoned. And this will be a lesson for them to learn not to summon dark forces ever again. So do you understand the logic? I hope you do. Now, the same applies, for example, for those crazy bastards who do sex magic. And they imagine that using this sex magic, which became such a widespread practice, they will enslave sexually individuals. And they just, use all sorts of excuses. The point is, all those sexual demons that you send to someone, if that individual stays its ground and the dark forces cannot enslave him, those forces will come back to you. So when you claim that you fell in love with someone, just know that you're just facing those dark forces of sexual enslavement which you have sent to others. They are just returning to you because they were not successful in enslaving that person. So you are facing your own demons, your own creations, and this is a lesson from God for you not to do this again, not to summon darkness and send darkness upon other people. And while those of us who fight darkness, standing our ground, working with God and with our gifts, we will evolve and we will be rewarded by God by being elevated at an even higher ranking than before. While you will have to face the exact same forces which you have sent, but you will have no power to fight them because you summoned them, you brought them here. Do you understand it? It seems like God has a few clients, individuals who have done these things, stealing identity, doing sex magic, and other occult practices, and they are facing at this time the reversal of those forces. And he wanted me to convey at this point the divine logic of all of this um, practices and the consequences. Essentially, it is you're facing the negative, partly negative karma, which you yourself created. Yeah? So I think it's a very simple logic. You should have been aware of this, and all the spiritualists with whom you worked, including the tarot readers, should have told you this when you intended to do this. In fact, God showed me that some tarot readers told a few of you not to do some of these practices, and you still, especially the death spells, and you still insisted on doing them. So now, if you feel very sick and you're facing deadly diseases, know that this is your own doing when you did death spells on me and others. Yeah, I hope I was very clear in conveying God's message, and I hope this helps many people, um, those who create these things, but also those who are facing them, by providing the knowledge that you will succeed. Just stay with God and fight, stand your ground. And sooner or later, when God decides that this is a divine timing, those will be returned to them, and they will face the same as they created upon you. Okay, I will stop here. I hope this was a clear enough message for everyone to clarify all sorts of confusion, particularly all sorts of accusations God has been showing me, that all these karmics who have been sending all of this, creating all of this madness, now that they are facing the negative karma which they created, now they are accusing me and others that we are sending to them dark magic. No, we are not sending anything. It's their own creation which is being returned to them, because this was a situational karmic cycle ending, and now it's judgment and punishment time. So you are just facing the consequences of your action. um, and maybe I'm malicious when I'm saying is this, but I really hope that you will feel the same tortures that you have put us through. So you will deeply learn this lesson and never do this again to anyone. Okay, I'm gonna stop here.